Hi everybody, and welcome to the beautiful Liz and her launch tonight. So I'm Tanya, and I'm actually feeling really honoured because I've been asked to launch this at very last minute, which is great, because I love launching our Kiwis. And I've just found out that Liz lives just down the road from us. So how exciting is that? This is how beautiful our community is, that we are not only are we spanning the globe, but it turns out that when we don't even necessarily have met someone, but they can live just down the road from us, which is so cool. So this beautiful and incredible opportunity that we have here is a really good way of building a community of people that we don't even know, and half the time that we haven't even met yet. So, you know, when I sort of started on this, you know, it was 4 years ago, so it's been a 4-year journey for me. And I was really unwell and looking at a way to kind of improve my life, not just with my health, but also in lots of different aspects of my life. I was really struggling in terms of community. I was having a lot of difficulties with relationships, but I was also really wanting to make a bigger impact and also to be able to create a better income that was more flexible to my life. And I tell you what, I accidentally fell upon this beautiful community, and it just gave me everything that I needed at the time. It just invited so much more into my life. And now 4 years later, my life is so much richer than it was. And right now is the best time to be working online, right? Not only has this given me flexibility in terms of being able to work anywhere I want, from home if I want to, or anywhere in the world, because I certainly have done that. I've traveled the world with this opportunity, but it also, that's what people are wanting. This is the way the world's going. It's now a digital era, and we are really wanting to find ways that is safer for us to be able to work, that gives us another income stream, so it gives us more security in case, God forbid, something happened to our jobs. And it's really what's happening in the world right now. There's so much insecurity happening. And of course, the other beautiful thing that our program also offers a really good way to improve your immune function, which is another thing that most people are really wanting at the moment. So what you're going to hear tonight is you're going to hear not just some stories, you're going to hear lots of stories around how this is really supporting us. You're obviously going to hear from the beautiful Liz, because this is all about her tonight and what she's loving about being part of our community. But you're also going to learn a little bit about what we do. Who is the Soul Project? What are we all about? How do we help people? Because we have two different ways we help people. We help people through their health, and we help people through their finances. And so, and of course, we're so passionate. You'll see that, you'll hear that in our voices. We're so passionate about what we do, and we really love helping people designing their life exactly the way that they want to, because I don't know about for most of us here, we have either done that or we are on the way to making that happen. So I'm not going to chat anymore. I'm actually going to pass you on to the gorgeous Tammy, and Tammy's going to share with us about what our health program is all about. What is the Soul Project, and how do we help our customers?
Well, I just got sprung feeding chews to my dog. Hi, I'm Tammy. I'm still finishing my chews. I have been with this beautiful community for nearly 3 years now, and I connected with it when I was actually trying to possibly talk my sister out of it because I wasn't sure what she was getting herself into. 3 years later, I'm still here, and we love it. We love everything about it. So I just wanted to share tonight a little bit about what in the Soul Project we actually do. What do we offer? My assistant Dottie here is trying to score my chews. Anyway, so we're really all about wellness holistically. So we have a little sort of analogy that we use, we have 3 pillars, and that is we really want to balance out mind, body and soul together. So we really believe that for the body to be really healthy, and heal and be happy and functioning well, that we need to look at all three aspects. And we correlate that into our bodies in a way of looking at it like our central nervous system, our digestive system, and our immune system. So we've got some really beautiful programs that we have to help people get on track with their goals, with whatever health things they want to work on. We offer them several different ways of working on that, depending on whether they want to go really hard, do a 7-day or a 28-day challenge or anything like that. We do all that. We really encourage a holistic lifestyle with it. So we're encouraging really good nutrition, exercise, meditation, whatever it is that kind of really makes us feel good, incorporating all of those things. So I'm just going to really briefly go over what we did was Soul Tribe partnered up with Juice Plus because we found the nutrition there to be absolutely on par with what we wanted to try and convey to people. The products totally hit all three areas that we wanted to work on. So I'm just going to go quite quickly through what it is that we supplement with alongside our programs. And what I have here is we have some wonderful raw, toxin-free, chemical-free products. These are fruit and veggies and berries. That's really all it is. They've been grown to their peak ripeness and processed really quickly at low temperatures to retain all the nutritional goodness. So they go into our system and into our bloodstream in about 5 to 7 minutes once we've taken them. We use these to really boost our immunity and really bridge the gap between what we are eating and what our bodies really actually need. So all of these products are grown in beautiful farms that have been in the company for about 2 or 3 generations now. And all of the soil is really rich in nutrition so that the plants are getting exactly what they need so that we can get exactly what we need in our bodies. When you take the caps there, there's approximately 33 fruits, veggies, and berries going in one go. And the other thing that we do that's really, really beautiful is we have these lovely vegan, raw, cold-pressed omegas. There are pomegranate seeds, raspberry seeds, tomato seeds, sea buckthorn oil, all cold-pressed oils from the seeds. And also we've added in the algae, which is where the omegas come from that people get from the fish. So what we are suggesting is that instead of juicing fish, or however you want to perceive it, we really believe that the oils need to come from the actual source, which is the algae. And then we also are very, very passionate about the fact that these are, again, chemical free. They've been tested for any nasties, and they are cold pressed, and there's no solvents or heating or anything in the processing of the oils, which is really important so that they aren't going rancid in our bodies. They are actually feeding our central nervous system and our myelin sheath, feeding our brain, and also helping with inflammatory issues in our bodies as well. Many, many other great functions, but I'm just going to keep it brief because I also want to move on and talk about our shakes. So we've looked at our immune system, and we've looked at our central nervous system. The shakes, I've only got my vanilla because we've eaten all the chocolate ones. There's French vanilla and there's Dutch chocolate. They are both amazing and delicious and very, very nutritionally balanced. So these are really good for our hormones. This is for our gut and our digestive system. This has got prebiotics, which feed our probiotics. The capsules actually have probiotic blend in them. So together they're working synergistically in our bodies. These also have a really, really good levels of vitamin D, niacin. There's iron in them. The niacin and vitamin D is really good mood enhancer. Makes you feel pretty good all round, to be honest. I really like the chocolate ones because I can make a little chocolate, like a chocolate mousse, chocolate chia pudding, put it in my fridge, and I use that when I'm feeling snacky in the evenings. This one here is an absolute favorite of mine with some berries and ice and coconut yogurt. And just to finish this off, we also, anyone who gets the fruit and the veggies or fruit, veg and berry pack, this beautiful combo here, you can also sponsor a child of your choice between the ages of 4 and 18 for up to 4 years, as long as you're receiving your product as well. And what the kiddies can have is, I've actually got mine all in a jar here. I've got a lolly jar on my bench that's not actually lollies. This is 20 plus fruit and veggies in these chews. And these are what we dish out to the kids when they're looking for a little sugar hit with some lollies or some treats. We bring out the fruit and veggie chews. These are free for kids between 4 and 18, as long as you're getting your caps as well, or chews. That's your choice. I have got one bag of the fruit, the veggie ones left, but the fruit ones have, the other bags disappeared. So yeah, as you could see before, my little Dottie girl, the dogs, they also like them. They're fine for everybody. You can take them, no worries. They're really nutritionally good. And also everything that we, when we sponsor the kids, we also send a little bit over to our wonderful charity called Nutrition Plus. So I really, really encourage people to go on Facebook and have a look at that page, have a look at the site and see what we sponsor. It's really, really awesome. And it's all about reintroducing our youth into culture, whatever, and especially in New Zealand and Australia, introducing them back into the old ways and ways of the land, the old stories, and just some wonderful, wonderful activities there. I think kind of run out of time, so I'm going to hand back over. Sorry, I'm not sure who I'm passing on to. Tanya?
Thank you. Thank you, Tammy. We are passing over to the gorgeous Kate. Thank you, Kate. She's going to share why she loves our program. Sorry, I've lost you, Kate. Hang on.
Oh, you've lost me?
Can you say
Have I come
something?
back? Okay.
Yeah, there you are.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can you hear me? No? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Kate, we can hear you, honey. We've got you. Go for it.
Okay. Hi, guys. Thanks for having me. I am a natural health practitioner. When I found Juice Plus, I was on a wheat-free, gluten-free, dairy-free, and mostly sugar-free diet. These were food choices I had made 18 years ago after the birth of my first child. I was suffering with not being able to lose enormous amounts of weight. I was lethargic and depressed. So those food choices improved my life, but I never really returned to that same level. I was always tired, and I always needed like an afternoon nap, or I was fading. And then after 15 years in the film industry, I retrained as a homeopath. And when I found Juice Plus, I went on to just the berries. I think Towns showed you just the berries. And seriously, within 3 days, my energy levels just rocketed. I didn't even consider having a nana nap anymore. My mind was quite blown, and then my skin started looking plumper and more hydrated. I started getting comments that I was glowing, and it upscaled my level of well-being to a point where I hadn't felt like this since I was in my 20s, and I'm nearly 50 now. So it really is quite incredible. And as Tanya said, I moved on to the powderized whole food, nothing complicated. There's no tricky words on the labels. It's literally just carrots, cabbage, kale, parsley, broccoli, and all the fruits. And it's so ridiculously simple. And I feel so good putting those products into my body. And it bridges that gap, as Tammy said, that gap between what we're actually eating and what we should be eating. And if you've got people in the household who have got kids who are fussy eaters, they've got texture problems or flavor issues, or husbands who don't eat enough, this takes all the stress out of that. You just know that they're getting all that nutrient dense fruit and veg into their diet on a daily basis. What else? The completes, for me, the completes are just amazing. I had one for breakfast the other morning, along with my toast, because you should have it with a meal. It's not a meal replacement. And I wasn't hungry again till like 11:30. And normally I would need a snack at 10. And they're just packed full of goodness. And the kids that have been on them have been shown to be less sick. They're making healthier food choices. They're drinking more water. They're thriving, and that just makes us so happy. And as Tammy said, alongside these amazing products is our Vitality Hub, which is our one-stop shop for anything to do with health and well-being, from meditations to exercises to recipes and more. And you get support. There's just a community of women and men there waiting to just answer all your questions. It's just so much more than just product. It's family. We love it. And I think that's me. I could probably waffle on for a lot longer, but I think I'm handing over to the lovely Liz.
Thank you so much for that, Kate. Hello, Liz.
Hello.
We would love to hear from you, darling, since this is all about you. So we would love to hear what is it about the program you're loving? You know, where were you when you started, and what benefits are you noticing now?
Okay, so I've started the CAPS 2 weeks ago, and I was introduced from lovely Holly, who I'd met through another mutual friend in another group. I watched her absolutely thrive in this, watching her journey for probably the last 6 months now. Really took an interest, and I asked about it due to my ongoing depression over the years, anxiety, coming out of addiction. I've claimed 2 years from addiction. So yeah, things have got on top. My weight, it got on top. Bad food choices, lethargic, always nana napping in the afternoon. But in the last 2 weeks, I've just taken the 3 and now the omegas for 4 days. I've been on omegas and the completes, and I've just noticed so much difference. I'm not napping. I'm feeling a lot more energized, more time for my daughter, getting housework done in a prompt time instead of all day. Procrastination, which has always been pretty bad for me. I'm just really grateful for being introduced to this product. It's amazing. And all the support from Mel and Holly. They've been such good support. Never knew anything about this, and when I found out about it, it's very overwhelming. The support, the community, pretty much what I've always wanted to be part of, something like this. And the holistic products and organic. My kids can have the chews. My grandbabies love them. He's eaten like 2 packets of them the last couple of weeks. But yes, I was quite sick with a bad cold 2 weeks ago. On my 4th day, I started taking the capsules, and then by maybe the 7th day of my cold, it was pretty much gone, and it was with 3 days. I was pretty amazed and pretty happy about that. So yeah,
That's exciting. You don't look old enough to have grandbabies. I just want to say,
yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. What a brilliant share. Thank you so much, Liz, nerves and all, and you aced it. It was great.
Thank you. Gosh.
We'll remove the spotlight now, honey, so you don't have to feel like everyone's looking at you.
Okay, thank you.
Much. That was great, Liz.
All right, thank you.
So, so I guess it's my turn again. Hey. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about, the business side, because I know we've heard so much about the program and the product and how awesome it is, because we all know how awesome it is. Let's face it, when I came into this, I came in very sick, and I always talk about how the program saved my life, mine and my daughter's, who was also really sick, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the product. But I absolutely love the business model too. So to me, they work side by side. So when I first started in this, I was using the product in the program. I was told that there was a business behind this. And at the time, I was looking for something that was going to give me way more than what I was doing. I had a full-time job. I have a social work background, so I was doing social work and support work at the time. I was not enjoying it at all. I felt very unsatisfied and very unappreciated. I felt like I was at the bottom doing all this work, getting told when I could work, when I could have time off, when I could have sick leave, what I had to do every day, how much I was going to get paid. And I got absolutely sick and tired of being told by someone else what I could do. I've always had a bit of an entrepreneurial spirit, and I've always felt like I've wanted to do my own thing. And I was feeling really stifled by not having the time that I wanted to be able to do what I wanted. So my daughter wasn't well. I really wanted to spend time with her. My husband and I love travel, and we just wanted to be able to travel whenever we wanted. And, you know, we didn't have that flexibility to be able to do any of that. I'm a real social girl, and I love being able to see my friends and my family when I want to, but I also love being at home, and I love being my own boss. So when I kind of looked at the business model behind this, it made absolute sense to me. Yes, I was skeptical. Of course I was skeptical. I was kind of back in the 90s, you know, I kind of looked at things like this before, and it just didn't feel right for me. I just had all these concerns that I was really worried about. One of the things was I was worried about being that person having to hassle all my friends. I didn't want to be that person that, you know, I go to a party that I've been invited to, and I walk in the room and they're like, oh, we don't talk to her, there's the Juice Plus lady. I didn't want to be that person. I wanted to be someone that I could, you know, enjoy sharing this because I love it. I was passionate about it. And, you know, the really interesting thing is I didn't have to be that person. I didn't go out and hassle all my friends at all. All I did was I just shared this with people who really, really were interested in what I was doing. We use social media, which is great. We use social media to attract people who are looking for this, because let's face it, social media gives us access to billions and billions of people who are looking for the solution that we can offer their pain. And that's all I did, was I did that. And I talked to my friends and my family, and, you know, knowing they knew how sick I was. And I didn't ask them to purchase anything. I was just telling them about what I was doing. And honestly, I just had people come to me, and within the first couple of months, I created a lot of success from that. There are people out there that want this. The other thing that I was really concerned about was that I was concerned that, you know, that it was kind of one of those things, you know, one of those things where the person at the top gets paid all this money and that everyone else down the bottom gets less money. I tell you what, if, you know, it kind of looks like this, right? A pyramid. The job that I was doing was just like a pyramid. I was at the bottom getting all the dregs to the managers and the service managers and the CEO above me. And honestly, I was working to line their pockets, to pay their bills. That's what I was doing. And every hour that I worked, that I traded my time for the money that they were paying me, that I was building their dreams. I wasn't doing anything for myself. So that time that I was taking away from my own time, that time I was putting into work, was coming out of my time that was, to me, was irreplaceable. You cannot replace time at all. Once it's gone, and you will never get that back again. And so when I saw this business model and how this works, it's way fairer. Like, there's no competition, right? You know, you go for a job. So for me, when I was looking at this, I was looking at ways to create income, right? I thought I wanted freedom, but I also wanted income. So I was looking at ways to do that. And I thought, well, I'll just get my own business. We were looking at spending $300,000 to $400,000 investment just for a business. And at the end of the day, we would still be tied to a business. We wouldn't have the time freedom, and we wouldn't be paid any profit for at least the first 3 to 5 years. So that to me was just absolute idiocy. It just didn't make sense to me at all. When I looked at this was open. This was a chance for anybody to create anything they wanted. This meant that I could be my own boss, I could be my own CEO and build my own business alongside other people who were doing exactly the same thing. There was no competition for 1 or 2 jobs in the company because we were all doing the same things and we all had the option to move up or not in the same place. So it was up to us. And the only way that we were going to succeed in this business is to actually support each other. So to lift others up and teach others how to do this as well. And that's what I loved about this. And the other thing I loved about it was the low fee. You know, like $300,000 to $400,000 to start a business is ridiculous. $172.50 New Zealand. That is it for the whole year. You know, that to me was an absolute no-brainer. It's like $15 a month. That was my only overhead. And it was all paid up at once. And that gives you everything that you need to get started. You know, so it was no comparison for me. It just made absolute sense. And so for me, I said yes straight away and I jumped in and I've never looked back. The other thing that I loved about this was that we get paid in 3 different ways. And I don't know about you guys, but I've never had a bonus in my life. And I know they used to years ago have bonuses, right? You're in a traditional job and you might get a bonus at Christmas. Well, I've never had a bonus. We get paid bonuses. So we get paid bonuses when we just get a few customers. How exciting is that? So, you know, there is an option with this, you know, startup fee that you're paying. You're actually investing into yourself. You've got your own website, all the tools and resources that you need. You've got all the training and the support and the personal development that you need. And you've got the opportunity to make your investment back within your first month. That doesn't happen in traditional business. And this is absolutely an incredible opportunity to start and just to keep going. And for me, I said yes straight away. I was in within 4 days, and 4 months later, I stepped out of my day job, and I have been doing this ever since. And we traveled around Southeast Asia for 10 weeks with this income coming in. And believe me, I didn't do a lot of work in that time. And so this has been the best vehicle for freedom and flexibility for me. And just, you know, going forward, this is also setting up a legacy for me. So this means that as my business grows, so does my legacy grow for my children, for my grandchildren. And that's exciting. That's really exciting. I don't even have to worry about money again. It's such an incredible opportunity. So if you just want to just have a little side income, a little side hustle alongside your other one, then go for it. But this could give you so much more if you want that as well. So I'm going to pass you on over now to the gorgeous Holly, and she's going to share what she loves about our business.
All eyes on me. Now, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right. So, yeah, I don't know. I'll tell you a little bit. A year ago, a little bit over a year ago, coming up to a year ago, sorry. I jumped into this. I came out of addiction actually, and I'd been 3 years clean, but didn't really know the next steps to take for myself. I suffered with anxiety, things like that. I also have kids with sensory issues. So when my mate popped up, which was Melissa, and asked me if I wanted to jump on this, I was like, oh, what is it? And I was really freaking skeptical because I was like, what do you mean fruit and veg in a pill? Whatever, I'll just take Centrum. But I looked into it and I watched all the videos and stuff, and it just made sense to me. It literally did. I was like, all right, sweet, let's give this a go. And within a couple of weeks, I honestly noticed not only a difference in my skin, but I noticed a difference in my sleeping patterns. I wasn't craving so many cups of tea like I usually had. My body was actually looking for fruit and vegetables. I was craving more than I had. Instead of just being a generalized salad person, it was something that I actually craved. So I went out of my way to learn new recipes and other things. And from that, I learned so many other ongoing things I'm still learning in and around my actual gut health. And what food is actually for our bodies. So before then, as you can imagine, a life of, colorful living, I hadn't actually learned how to live properly, and I hadn't really worked on myself. So yeah, I found that the mindset really sunk in for me when I realized that this is something that I wanted to do. As I developed and I grew myself, I now actually have come a long way, and I actually now go out of my way nearly every day just to inspire others to jump out of their comfort zones and grow. And I just think that what we've got within the Soul Project, so many people need to have in their lives, whether it's vitality or the business side. I honestly believe that it's something everybody needs to have in their life. For me personally, it's something that I value every day because it gives me a purpose. I know my worth. I have the encouragement and the support, and I'm not alone in the journey. Like, there is so many other thousands of people that relate to everyone, and I just love that about the community, that I'm always supported. And coming out of addiction, I felt for a long time that I was judged, and I didn't want to go any place besides just a normal wage job. And now I see my purpose in life, and it's not about making money for me. I'm inspiring all the other people that have come from the same line as me, from addictions and recovery and all other purposes of life, and dealing with domestic violence and things. I'm making these connections with people. I'm making a genuine difference in someone's life. And to me, that is fucking gold. Like, I don't want to swear and carry on, but it is. It's fucking gold to me. Like, I honestly love what I do. And to get up every day and have that connection with people and know that you're making a difference by something I signed up for originally just to, up my nutrient habit and see what I could do. It's been an amazing journey for me in just a short year. Like, honestly, just beyond, I've got no other words besides amazing. Besides personal growth, development, everything else, my anxiety has lowered more than I can say that it has ever, in 4 years of being clean from my old life. And yeah, I don't know, I think it comes honestly from the constant encouragement that I have through my upline, through the people that I've met, the connections that I've formed. And to me, it's just an overall, I don't know, it's just a no-brainer. Like, I would not stop taking my capsules, what they do for me, and I wouldn't stop being in part of the business that I am. So I honestly encourage anyone that's seen this tonight to reach out to whoever invited you, because it's the best thing I have done, and it's something that I'm not going to stop doing. And yeah, so that's just a little bit about me and where I've come with it all.
Thank you so much. That was just lovely, Holly. That's the first time I've heard your story. I didn't know that about you. Thank you for sharing.
No,
amazing.
you're right. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you, darling. So, wow, what an amazing launch for Liz. Thank you so much to everybody who came tonight and supported her. Guests and team alike. It's really beautiful when we can come together as a community like this and really support each other. So, like Holly, I 100% agree. Just get your questions answered. Don't be that person who sits on the fence forever and then regrets that it takes you so long to say yes, because I tell you what, I was not that person. I said yes after 4 days, and it's changed my life. Literally, it's changed my life. I live my dream life now. I get to travel when I want to. I mean, besides COVID restrictions, but I get to travel when I want to. I get to choose what I do with my day. I get to hang out at home if I want to. And if my daughter's now down in Christchurch, and I just get to fly down and see her whenever I want. So, it's such an amazing opportunity. So if you are sitting there thinking, oh, I might be interested in doing this, but I've got a few questions, please reach out and ask the person who invited you here tonight. Ask Liz. She would love to support you and love to answer all your questions, I'm sure. And if it's not for you, but someone that this might be for, then just let them know, and let Liz know, or whoever invited you here tonight as well, because we want to make sure that we are supporting everybody as much as possible. This is an opportunity that anybody can do and everybody can do. So thank you so much for coming tonight, and have a beautiful evening, everybody.